What's happening? This is PJ, Pastor Jeremy, yo. And I'm gonna teach you guys how to correctly turn on the sound system in the community center and how to operate the sound system. So check it out. Okay, I'm just gonna show you real quick on how to hook up these subs. We have, obviously the sound system and everything is in a gym and it's a basketball court, so we actually have to move these every time we're not using them and lock them up in the cage. So this is simply how you hook those up. If you look at here, this is the Yamaha sub, and basically all you have to do is you have two ends. You have a female XLR end and a male XLR. And so with the male XLR, this is actually coming from the soundboard. You put in the input / through, and then this one is goes into the output because it's going to the other sub. So you plug that in there, and then here's your power cord, simply in there, and then the power button's at the bottom here, and then here's your volume adjustment. I usually have it around 6. I keep the DX sub button on the boost, and then right here I keep it on 100 Hertz. It just sounds a little cleaner. And that's how you do that sub right there. Okay, now I just showed you how to do the first sub, the one that came out of the board into the sub. Now I'm going to show you how to hook up the other sub, which is going to be on the right side of the cage if you're looking directly at the cage from the audience. Now this one, all you have to do is there's just 2 cables instead of 3 this time. You have an input, which this input is right here that if you remember from the first video. It came out of the output of that first sub, and we're going to simply just plug it in onto the input / through, and then we're going to plug the power in and turn it on. And you'll see click on, there's a fan that starts up, and then make sure again that you have it on boost, 100 Hertz, and the polarity is at normal, and your volume around 6. And that's how you hook up the sub. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that our amp is on, that our inner system is on. And how we do that is there's a power button down here, make sure it's clicked up, and make sure obviously it says on and off, and if you don't know what on and off are, then we need to talk about how to read. So you turn that on, make sure it's on, and then you go ahead and click that on, and you'll see it light up, bam, bam, bam. And then also if you look at the board, you can see that the board is completely on. You see lights, kind of like Christmas, very pretty, happy. But the first thing you need to do is there's a button over here that says scene. And then we need to push this button scene. And then there's a button that says recall. And you'll see a little screen pop up and it says Awakening Youth. And that's the right scene that you need to be in, and then you hit recall. And then you are ready to go, except then you have to hit this locate button right here that's on, and it has to be off. It changes and you're ready to go. Now make sure whenever here's all your volume controls, that whenever you mess with the volume controls, do not store your settings, because this is a preset that we want to keep and we don't want to disturb that. So that is exactly how you turn on the board. And here, I'll show you the buttons here. You have all your mutes. Those are your mute buttons. That's how you cut the sound off. And if you want to select anything, which I highly recommend that you don't mess with any of this up here, there's buttons up there, and you can see things are changing on the board here. And then here's your powers. Not your powers, excuse me, your volume. You have 3 subgroups. This is your band, so that's any instruments. They're going through the subgroup. Vocals, any vocals are all going through there. That's like a master for the vocals. This is for the drums. That's a master for drums. And then this is a master for effects like reverb and delay and stuff like that. And then you have your mains. And so if you have your main up and all these are down, you will not hear anything. If you have these up, main down, you will not hear anything. So you gotta make sure that these are up so you can hear something. And I recommend not going above unity gain, which is, there's a U right here that says U for unity gain. So I recommend that you do it like that. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to turn the LED lights on. So here's your LED board. You simply got your power cord right here, and you got your power right here. Now basically there's a button right next to the power cord that's going in here. You flick it on, and you let it kind of warm up for a second, and you'll see it set. And then to be able to control the lights, like right now, the lights are not working at all. So what you need to do is there's a button right here called group. And so you hold that button down, and then you want to click buttons 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can control your lights. So this becomes right here a master fader. So you can turn that up, and then as you begin to turn those up, it changes the colors. Now we're going to show you how to do that. So here we go. Here's the lights. So I have the master fader up. Now 1 is simply a red. 2 is a green. 3 is a blue. And then you can actually combine those colors to make different. Like if I put up the blue and the red, we obviously gonna get like a purple. Okay, and if you turn that down, turn the red down, here's blue again. You turn the green, you get more of a turquoise color. You turn the blue off. Here's the green. You bring the red up and get an orange. So that's how you operate the light bulb. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to simply just turn on the computer, so that way you can boot up your computer and do whatever you need to do on the computer. You just got a simple power button here. It's down here, and the computer is actually plugged in the power over to where the soundboard is, so you got to make sure that power is on for the computer to turn on. So you just simply hit the power button, and then your computer will boot up. Now well, first of all, let me say this. With this cool soundboard, you can actually operate the sound with an iPad, which that's what we do here at Awaken Youth. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. We actually have a program here called VST, which is it's a universal audio control. And then it's this down here that you have to turn on. And it'll pop up like a little soundboard. And we've got random stuff. And for you to be able to control the soundboard with an iPad, you have to have the program open or it will not work. And then I can actually move a slider on the board here, and you see it moving on the screen. So that's how you're able to control it with an iPad. Now I want to show you how to record your service, whether you want to record the worship or if you want to record the message. This is how you do it. We have a program on here called Capture, which is synced to the soundboard, and it's this little thing down here, as you can see. And you open it up, and it pops right up. And what you want to do is just create a new session, and then you call it whatever. I'm just going to call this blah for now, or blush. Okay? And then it pops up the screen. So, in whatever instruments or vocals you want to record, basically you have to do this. There's these little red dots right here. Let's give them a little record sign. And you just highlight whichever ones you want to record. Or if you want them all recorded, you hit aim all, and they'll all light up. And when you're ready to record, you just hit this little button up here, and then you're recording. And then when you're done, hit stop. And then you got to make sure after you're done, you save it, or you will lose everything. And that's how you record. Now I want to show you how to operate ProPresenter. ProPresenter is the program that we use to display our lyrics on the screen for our songs, or to display, scriptures for messages. So if you go down here to your taskbar, you'll see something that says Pro, and you click on that, and it's going to reboot. It's going to open it up. And there you go, you pop that up, it says ProPresenter 5. You can see it's loading. A lot of times it will pop up this Pro Presenter Information Center, and if you look in the top left corner where it says close, you just want to close that out. And then it'll pop up this right here. So then what you do is if you want to add, say if you're in a service and you want to add some things to a service, what I like to do is create a playlist down here. Like right down here, I'll just show you an example. I have something called a Y service. That's for our youth. Click on that, and usually what I have is like we have an opening video, we have pre-service videos and countdowns and stuff. Then we have songs down here that I drag in, and then we have messages. And if you have a song that's already in here, you have a library right here that you can just grab and you can drop in there, just like that. And say if you want to go in here and edit something, say I want to go in here and edit my message. So there's a bunch of slides right here. All you have to do is simply hit editor, and then it pulls up this editing page right here, and you can click on stuff. Let me click on this, double click, and you can add text. See what I'm doing? You can add text, just like that. And then once you're done, make sure you save, or if you want to edit something. Now to create like a new song or a new presentation, you want to do this. There's a box up here that says new with a little plus sign. Just click it, and then you title it. You can select right here in this drop down box, song, presentation, Bible, speaker notes, or PowerPoint. Let's say song, and let's call it Fire Fall Down. Okay, so let's see. Click new, and it's going to pop up this new box here. And so, and then to add more slides to it, there's a plus box. You can just add, just like that. And then if you want to edit, like I said before, you hit the editor screen, and it pops up to this, and then you can type your lyrics. You can click over here to go to the next slide. Okay, just like that. Exit. And then if you want to label these, you just right click it, something called a group label, and say that's your first verse. Bam. And you can say this is your first chorus. You go back to new group, right click on the slide you want, chorus, and so on and so on. And that's how you create a new slide project. And make sure that I highly recommend you create a folder, and then you drag what you want in there, so that way you can label your folder. You just double click it, and then you can call it whatever you want to, and then you've got your own playlist over here, and then there's different songs right in here, and different scriptures in here, and so on. And that's how you operate Pro Presenter.